my dude was punching this computer so hard I thought he was about to start talking anime like. So a while back, I went to the BMV with my aunt to get my temps, and for the longest time, due to lack of agency and personal reasons, I put off getting my driver's license because things like Uber and Lyft and friends who are willing to burn gas money existed. Plus, most things necessary for survival were within walking distance on my campus. But as the world becomes increasingly more asinine, I don't want to play the gamble of whether my Uber driver is going to be a serial killer or the next Ted Bundy. So, I needed my autonomy. Regardless, I walk into the B&V with my aunt, and this aura of straight-up depression and despair falls over me. Everyone there just looked disillusioned, defeated, manic, hopeless, and just waiting for the experience to come to an end. So, pretty much most of the American workforce. Anyway, I get my ticket, contemplated my life 15 plus times before finally being called and walked up to do an eye exam, where the guy instructed me to put my greasy forehead on this forehead holster thing and insert my eyeballs into these vision sockets and tell him what I see. Which were, I don't know, letters, hieroglyphs. I wasn't sure because I can't see for shit. I'm like Ray Charles minus the talent. Anyway, through guessing a lot, I passed the eye exam, and I rolled over to take the temp test, and was immediately irritated by the first question I was given, which none of my limited and sparse studying prepared me for. And the question was, how old must you be in order to sit/stand in the bed of a pickup truck going faster than 25 miles per hour? And I believe the better question is, who the fuck is sitting/standing in the bed of a pickup truck going faster than 25 miles per hour? I said 18, but I'm clearly an idiot, because 16 is that perfect ripe age where you're mature and responsible enough to perform such a completely immature and irresponsible act. So that means Lil Billy Bob and Joe Dirt can hit the Nay-Nay and Floss in the back of their mom's pickup truck going 75 on whichever highway they so choose. So I'm low-key getting irritated off the bat, but not as irritated as the dude sitting next to me. Like, I felt murderous intent emanating off this man. He was radiating murderous Negro energy. So like the computers have these automated voices that read out the questions to you in your headphones. I thought it was irritating as shit, so I just waited for it to stop and read them myself. But my dude next to me was like yeeting his headphones off and was like scream mumbling at his computer saying such gems like stupid ass bootleg Siri sounding bitch, oh speaking spell sounding ass, stupid fucking type to learn hoe, my personal favorite, and just outright angrily insulting this poor ancient dumb Macintosh computer that couldn't even compute what it was doing wrong other than what it was programmed to. So upon seeing this emotionally irrational fit of anger and irritation coming from this stranger, I did what I usually do when exposed to such a display. I started cracking the fuck up because the anger my man's got, the funnier all of this shit became. So like the monitors are touchscreen also, so you just humanely press your selection with your finger. But my man's was straight up throwing haymakers at the screen, punching in each answer, and each time he got a question wrong, he just started lashing out more and more at the monitor. Like I felt like I was watching a domestic dispute. Like, you think this computer plugged its cord into my man's significant other's USB port the way that he was acting so unruly towards it. And I'm trying not to bring attention to myself because I don't want that heat, but I can't stop fucking laughing. Like, I can't, tears in my eyes, about to straight up pee on myself. My man's just quiet yelling and throwing a tantrum like he just sat on an upright Lego piece. And then it gets to the point where he just took off the winter clothing, no more foreplay, and just starts barraging the monitor with a violent muda hood punches, and I'm over in my chair dying. Like, we're like 3 feet away from the front desk eye exam thing, and no one has seen or seen this, man. And my aunt, God bless her soul, is across the room on her cell phone doing whatever it is old head boomers do on their cell phones. So it's like the onus is on me to tell dude to chill out, but you got me fucked up if I'm about to get fucked up like that computer's getting fucked up. Like, my dude was punching this computer so hard I thought he was about to start talking anime like. So eventually, he just gets up and walks away, and once I see he's cleared the room, I peek over at his monitor, and he got a 73, which is just short of the 75 you need to pass this thing in Ohio. And, I started feeling kind of bad, like, he was really going through it. He got frustrated. He was just trying to get his temps, and he got frustrated. But then I looked over at my screen, and saw so far I had missed 6 questions out of the 10 you can miss, and you auto-fail. And I had 11 questions remaining, all of which I had skipped, because I didn't know the answer, and I was too busy laughing at old dude. So all the gaw-hawing and yuck-yucking and gahee-heeing and memeing I was doing at old dude went out the window as my anxiety bared down on me, and I had to focus, because I wasn't trying to retake this motherfucker either. But fortunately, I passed, and they told me to go back up front with my aunt, and I waited another eternity in my chair, and then I had looked up from the chair and saw old dude sitting across the room in another chair, and I don't know, I assumed he was just waiting for whoever he came with to finish whatever, because, there was no reason for him to still be there. But when I looked at him, he was giving me this straight up demonic death stare from across the room. Like, his eyeballs had aim assist, just staring down at me, and I'm nervously looking around, and then looking at him, thinking, he could be looking at someone else, but nope, he's just dead mean mugging me. And then I started thinking to myself, like, what the fuck could he possibly be mad at me for? Maybe he's equating his failure of the temp test to my success of passing, but then it's like one man's success isn't another's failure, and they're not even related. But apparently he didn't get the memo because his dagger-like stare was stabbing me so deep I felt it in my past. And it's not even like I was getting my license to drive. I was just getting my license to drive with someone who's going to roast my driving. So I get called up to take my picture for my temps, and while I'm up there, I feel like half of my face was melting as dude stared into the truth of my soul while I posed awkwardly for my pic. But all in all, I got my temps, but felt like I inadvertently, depending on how you interpret laughing at someone else's stress, made a new enemy. And it's not that big of a deal, but I feel like karma's gonna get back at me, and I have this worry that, like, while I'm out driving, old dude is gonna exact his revenge by getting in my car and threatening my life with a obtuse question I missed from the temp test that he reworded for dramatic flair, like, how old do you gotta be to get murdered and stuffed in the back of a car trunk going 25 miles per hour? And I'm just gonna awkwardly go like, 18? Yeah.